Fashion Week Brooklyn UK Style. We are El Punto The Spot with Chris Gotti and the crew. Thank you. What's up?
What's up, y'all? El Punto The Spot, your girl Yvie McCoy from Pink 16 in the building.
Absolutely, it's your man Ape in the Flesh, and we back, man. This is 1 year we've been here.
Bad.
Is this 52nd, right?
52nd today,
This is our 52nd show.
Don Dinero, DJ Marvls, day ones.
That's right, DJ Marvelous on the mix.
What about Yvette? What about Yvette?
We got Yvette, the greatest producer ever.
Yeah, I just wanted to
I'm physically from the very first
okay,
episode.
say that.
Everybody.
So understand that, but everybody is part of the family now. Big Black Records is not from day one, but but the CEO of Big Black Records has been riding with us from day one. Shout outs to BM in the building.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Down in the Dex Diamond. Welcome to another
show.
Yeah.
You know, so we got some new voices. Again, we always want to make sure everyone, the audience knows who's on the other side of these mics. Pause.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But Pinky McCoy, she was a guest last week.
Yes.
Sir.
And then I got invited to be on the show.
And I enjoyed her interview and just talking with her. And I offered her to come and be the host here, co-host with Zach and ourselves, with me and Dinero and Dex. And
I appreciate it so much.
She said yes, which is great. So again, give us some claps because we're great to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome, thank you.
Welcome.
We got Rick Davy in the building. Creative director for Brooklyn Fashion Week. How you doing, my brother?
I'm very good. Thank you guys for welcoming me.
Rick, you made it.
Welcome.
Fashion Week Brooklyn. Let's kind of get it right in that way.
That's right.
Fashion Week Brooklyn. You know, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys having me.
Man, appreciate you coming.
And this is happening right in Brooklyn, so we love it even more.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
right
here.
At the spot. You already know. I see that you styled a lot of different artists. How was it styling AJ from 106 in Park?
It was cool. At that time, it was really fun. I love it back then.
Was this AJ with the dreads or without the dreads?
With the dreads. He was with the dreads. Yeah. It was cool back then, you know, because it was a different time, as you said earlier.
Yeah,
hey,
I
106 in Park, well, you know, you was doing it with 106 in Park, so that was AJ Free. And that 106 in Park was legendary as far as the culture is concerned. That is a timeless piece for the culture in a very important platform that pushed hip hop at the time. And so you know, you was
rival that show that
TRL. Absolutely,
yes, it did. TRL, and it was doing great ratings and the numbers. And this is before social media hit hard.
Right.
So everybody was watching.
This is when you wanted to watch all the music videos, and you had to wait for the premiere. You know, now you just go on YouTube and it's there.
Yeah, I remember they had an ad out at BT that people would be hanging out outside, and as soon as the time for 106 and Park come, everybody would run inside.
Yeah.
They had the hottest show. That's it. In the basement with Tigger, like you said, those was like you rushed to make sure you caught it.
That's where you got your music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rick was there working at 106 and Park and BET building when I used to come through all the time with either Ja Lloyd,
You remember those
different artists. He used to be there. They used to have a tailor room upstairs where they could sew and have different in case the artists will forget clothes or don't have the right.
So how long have you been in fashion? What really got you started in fashion?
I got it started in fashion because I wanted first to be a photographer and do music videos and all that good stuff. And then I started styling and figured out I kind of like that a little bit more.
And where's this accent from?
Trinidad.
Trinity.
I have a question for you because here it says that you used tuition to take up your photography and film. So so you didn't go to school?
Yeah, I went to. I worked at NYU and I took some film, TV there at Tisch School of the Arts.
What inspired you to style other people besides yourself?
That's a fun one. Yeah. What inspired me was the culture, what was going on with hip hop and the music, and it was just a cool time back then because we had so many urban brands, and that was a chance to have a lot of black people involved in fashion. So that was really good for me. Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah. Really
How do you feel now about all the high-end designers taking from the culture? That they never used to wear do-rags in the runway shows. They never used to have baggy clothes on.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that high fashion designers are doing that?
Well, it's a good thing because it kind of, you guys talked earlier, now that with Nippy and all, and more white people are buying into it.
Right.
It's a good thing because now we kind of recognize in the kind of clothes that we have, and it gives us a chance, for us as a people to really put that work out now and let people recognize, like the same thing with Dapper Dan.
Yeah.
He's not recognized what's going on, so that makes it cool. It's not good, but it's
But
great.
a lot of people still argue about the Dapper Dan situation because he's still working for somebody. Like, he's working for Gucci now.
He's with Gucci.
When he could just be doing his own thing, like he's been doing his own thing. Right, you know what I'm saying? That's why everybody has that type of argument.
But it gives an opportunity for us now to really
You're not with
people know
Gucci,
where it came from. Yeah. But it gives people an opportunity now for us to really realize the magic we have as a people.
Yeah.
And what we can do.
How do you feel about that whole situation?
situation?
Like when you see things like that and some of the stuff that happened with H&M and, what coming from a fashion background, you know all of the channels that it takes for those things to actually get approved to get to that point, right?
Of manufacturing.
Of manufacturing, and then not only that, millions of dollars in marketing.
Yes.
Well, that's a key with what you just said. And I think that's what drives all of this, the marketing.
Of course.
So that's what it is.
But before it gets to someone to spend the money,
gotta
it has
do
to
the
get
prototype.
signatures, everything.
Oh yes, I like it.
so
What is that?
How does
it's
that?
a black guy with, you have to discuss to people what are you creating?
And someone has to, at very high levels has to say, oh, that's hot.
That's hot.
I like it.
I like it.
Let's go with it. Here, let me sign off on it. In music, any music came by, me and Irv had to sign off on everything. Any artwork, even to the credits. We had to proofread the credits and just sign off, or else it couldn't go out.
But then you have to look at it, as you said earlier, you said you're a businessman. So I think these people also look at it from a standpoint of business. So they might lose some, but think about whether you're going to gain.
Yeah.
So I think in marketing, you kind of balance that out.
Yeah.
So
that's a business decision, absolutely.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean it's the right one.
No.
I guarantee they regret it.
Yeah, they regret
So they
it.
made a mistake. They thought they was making the right decision.
Exactly.
But with us as a people, we have to understand how to stick together more. And we
I
can
agree.
change everything.
Exactly.
It's us.
That's why I started Fashion Week Brooklyn.
Hey, Food had it right. For us, by us.
Yeah.
They had it right.
And it's back again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think that the Caucasian people are scared of the African Americans and Latinos because we have this vision and
Terrifying.
We got the flavor, hello?
Serious.
Don't you think that since we always had it and we built it, they kind of just take it and then we got to keep showing that we're the ones that made this?
Well, I think, they should be scared.
Yeah.
They should be scared. But now we have to really make them scared by really taking advantage of the situation right now. Because the marketing situation, we look at Rihanna and those people who could sell so much product. So I think we know to take advantage. We need to go back into what we was doing with the hip-hop days with all those urban brands. So we need to really push that again in the market. So I'm glad FUBU is coming back out. Baby Fat, so it's kind of cool again. We just need more brands.
Yes.
I have, now, I don't want you to get offended, but I'm thinking, what if the stylists are to blame for all the Gucci and Prada stuff that these artists are wearing? Because I know how the business works, right? Ja Rule shows up, you got a stylist, and Prada sends him Prada. Gucci say, get it? Oh, you style Ja Rule, you style Ashanti, get that product on them. And the stylists get the product, right? And they try to place it on the artist in a video shot. What if the stylists right now in hip hop stop accepting product from the Gucci?
Well, that's what
I'm just saying.
No, that's what's going on.
That's what
It could go two
Fashion
ways
Nova.
though. It could go two ways because the stylist could kind of say bringing like me. That's when I was styling.
Say bring me black owned style.
What I like the urban stuff, you know. So I used to go to the emerging designers. I always like designers that no one know about.
No, okay.
So that's how I like. That's what made me start Fashion Week Brooklyn. That was my inspiration because I only want to work with emerging designers.
This is my
right?
This is
I love it.
my shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What could you do with this? A shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Connection on Instagram. Check it out.
That's good. I like
Free shipping.
You know, it's a very interesting topic because when you get into those things, again, the stylists, those are low end, let's say, positions like Gucci. We're talking about senior level management, ownership that makes the ultimate decision to let it go. A stylist, yes, could get it and put it on. I would have to get into the numbers of where they sell their most clothes and see what is the effect of a Ja Rule wearing or any artist wearing that clothes versus the normal traditional way they sell it, to even see if it makes sense to even make the argument, because it might be so small, the amount of
our culture makes
the amount
it
of
cool.
clothes. No, I'm not arguing
That's-
that. I'm not arguing that, but you got to get into the numbers. Like, I don't know their numbers. Obviously, we definitely move the needle. That's why they fuck with us.
Right.
But I don't know the numbers, like to see if I seen their P&L and I know where they're making their money at
Right.
and where they're not, then
Where are the number
then
one
we can
stores
really
at?
make an argument. Now we all assume because they're pushing in, and I'm gonna say we're 1,000% correct that we are definitely moving the needle because we spend it.
I would say, for example, let's say jewelry. That's an accessory.
And I
Right?
like your bracelet. by the way.
That's an accessory, right? That you
Yeah.
would consider jewelry.
Yeah.
Right now,
I make those.
I like that.
That's my clothing line, my jewelry line.
How
That's
much
where the money is.
Think about all the jewelers around the country, just
Yeah.
USA.
Yeah.
Think about the impact hip hop has had on the jewelry business.
Yeah.
Right.
Let that sink in.
Exactly.
It's incredible. Because you
Jacob the jeweler.
was in Texas.
But
Jacob, what up, man?
Yeah.
But how many black
Tito.
jewelers are there?
There it is. That's what I was going to
That's
say.
a big question though. But how many do we
How
think
many
there?
black jewelers are there?
I don't know.
Listen, there's a
They
few.
all have big.
Yeah.
They just didn't make the
But not
money.
enough. Not enough.
Not
though.
enough. Man, I can't remember. You just
said
made
they
me
all
black
Habibi.
out.
Yeah.
They're Habibi. No, they're Jewish. They're Jewish.
I got a
You
question.
go to Uptown,
I
they all have big.
They all have
But
big
where all the diamonds
business.
come from? But where all the
So
diamonds
why
come
is
from?
that?
Exactly.
Why is it? You gotta ask when you
Those are
say
great
that.
questions.
Yeah.
The reason is why they control the diamonds too.
But then the diamonds come from Africa.
Well, they stole them.
control
Let's
the
go
land.
black
But no,
diamonds.
we still control it. So we need to take it back.
They control the
No,
land.
but we can't keep saying they.
No,
When are we
no,
gonna
you're
take
saying-
it back?
no,
No,
what I
you're
mean
asking-
When are we
is
gonna take it back?
Well, the
It's ours.
Bears,
When are we gonna
look,
take
the
it back?
Bears is one of the biggest diamond mining companies, right?
Right.
And they're
They own
over there
diamonds,
getting all
that's
the money.
all.
They have the money, and then they'll pay like they always do. They always pay one of us.
Right.
That's the
Okay,
sad part, yes.
you know the sad part, but
Cold.
here, the reality is there's always someone that wants to get up out of their situation.
Right.
Yeah. it's
And
true.
if they understood to stick it out together, but if they don't do it, guess what? They got a replacement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone else is gonna do it, and
But-
that's the mindset, and that is the biggest challenge we have as a people because the Bears is like, okay, you don't want it, I got the money for them
That's right.
or her, whoever,
Well,
and
we
they're gonna take
created
it
that-
and
that-
do exactly the same business.
The thing is that the culture of hip hop has created that demand.
Yes, it has.
Because what hip hop does is it automatically makes you cool,
Yeah,
right? Depending on how
Yeah,
you wear
we
your
did
hat,
that.
Yeah.
you know, even a hoodie,
Yeah.
even from an entrepreneur. You know what Nipsey Hussle stood for is being an entrepreneur, being an owner. So hip hop has really created that. Because when you talk about Jay-Z and Puffy, those are two billionaires. I don't think there's any billionaires in rock and roll that own their record that
No,
are still
you
involved.
crazy?
That's what I'm saying.
no, there's billionaires.
No, I'm saying like they really own. Who's a billionaire rock and roll that
Come
is
on,
still,
what's the dude?
Who?
Paul McCartney. You got
Isn't this guy?
what's called the other dude, the lead guy from U2. What's his name? Bono. These dudes is up. Hey, if they had Jay-Z money, they cut their hair, so they be pissed.
No, what I'm saying is that hip hop has created guys from nothing.
No
Who
question.
has created a film, and it's
All
cool.
I'm saying is that, you know, and it goes back to the deals, right? So in rock and roll, they gave those guys better deals.
Absolutely.
They own those records. They
Right.
did better deals. In hip hop, they never expected us to be successful.
To be
Right.
where we
So
are
they
today.
gave us the shittiest deals possible and we had to make out of those lemons the lemonade. Like we had to do it. Like, and that's what we did. They never expected hip hop to do it.
Still
and
shine.
then they did it.
But we had a good time now to make those changes though.
Now is the time.
How do you suggest we make those changes?
There's a lot of ways, because I think instead of buying the diamonds and making a nice diamond necklace, why don't you go and buy some diamonds and make your own factory?
Yeah, because
we have the workers. Everybody's exploiting the workers in Africa.
You know,
we
right.
need to go and work with them now.
Right.
Because Africa is much richer now.
I look at it as
know?
just information, right? So the people that could do what you're talking about just don't know maybe the route to go. They have to actually take an interest in it
That's a fact.
and say, let me go do it, and then figure out the ways to navigate through, because they're not going to just go and
how
start.
not to get murdered from the other mining companies
Yes.
that have
So
millions
it's a-
of billions of
Right.
dollars.
There's
that you-
big risk.
your friend. Or your
There's big risk, and it's not little money.
You
it's
think
money.
big pharmaceutical companies would go after you?
Oh, for
Go
sure.
mess with the diamonds if you want.
So it's a
That's
lot
the
of
problem.
It's a lot of scenarios that's inside of that makes it a little more challenging.
power in
How come?
numbers.
So to stay in fashion, let's go to Kanye West.
Yeah.
How come you think he has those rants? Because he cannot manufacture, and that's what he's so mad at. Because these guys own all the manufacturing plants.
Right.
You know, I had a clothing line. We was doing about $7-8 million a year, called Irvin Jeffrey, all completely independent. We went a different route. We could have did the exact same deal as Rockaware or Sean John. They was gonna put up a gang of money for us, but they owned it all, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to control it. We wanted to make it, and we did. So it was a learning lesson. We lost a lot, but then we started making the money, right? And then the feds came in and stopped everything. So at the end of the day, we're sitting there and learned the business from buying the fabric. We had places in, oh my God, all overseas. We had to because we had to go buy the fabric, go find, get the designers, make it. You know, every part of that process, I did it. You know, I did it. So at the end of the day, I learned that business. And then you see where the problem is, because the manufacturers, we couldn't own those plants.
But now you can open your own plants in Haiti, in Caribbean. Haiti's good. Haiti's like, think about Haiti. If you open manufacturing in Haiti, they make the country richer. They put all these people to work, and they're talented.
Before the next question.
No, I got it. With that being said, yes, he's right. Here's the flip side to that. I'm not Haitian. I have to still empower someone from Haiti to do it. To know that they're actually making it and properly doing what you need to oversee it. And then you have the next problem, thieves. He knows.
Yes.
In this business, it's the most thieving that I ever seen in the game. So we had a guy named Dana Smith. I'll shout him out. He was with Michael Strahan and doing stuff. And I told Michael, don't you fuck with him. And I believe Michael got rid of him. But he has a twin brother. That runs the 50 million pound challenge. So these are smart Harvard grad guys. We hired Dana to come in because he's a clothing guy and he wants to do it. So what was he doing? He was taking our fabric that we're paying for, making our clothes, but he would make some extra for him, right? This is the next part of the business that you gotta learn.
Right.
So if he made, let's say 1,000 jeans, he made 500 for himself. Then what else he was doing? He was taking our fabric. So if I'm buying hundreds of thousands of square footage, yards of fabric, he's taking some for his own company that he started on the side, which is just like taking cash. Because when you got the cut and sewn jean, the t-shirt, and everything's ready, manufactured and made, now you have to go to the store to get it in the stores. He had accounts. And the way we caught him is because we were like, it's not the amount of fabric, it's math.
Exactly.
Makes this many jeans, how come we're falling short every fucking time and you need more money? We should be made more jeans, we're selling out, and we're like, where's the money? So then we get quiet on him, let him, because he was getting nervous because we're in the office now.
Right.
We was letting him run it, but he kept asking for more money. I need 200, 500. It wasn't no little money every time.
Right.
It's just we was in a great time for us, and it was like, here, take it.
Right.
And then, but at the end of the day, we're like, where's this fucking money at? And then that's the problem. Here's a guy that we thought we trusted. He had so many open accounts, and the way we found out is when we got him out the office, they're calling for reorders, and we're like, you're not even in our books. Because he had his own books fulfilling the orders.
Wow.
And it's just a nightmare. So it's so many moving parts. So when you say just do it, it's like, yo, you need a full team of people in full cooperation to do it, and that's what they did. You know, for years before. So that's why they're in such great places, because it took them that long to weed out all the problems.
Right.
And
we have to start somewhere though. So if we start now, next 10 years will be okay.
Yeah.
We could run this fashion business.
Right.
I think we have, as you said earlier, everybody's copying what we're doing. So that means that we have the creativity. So we have it. We know we are the style makers. Yeah.
That's a fact.
If a black artist or anyone wears something, everybody want to be part of it.
That's right.
You know?
That's how it all started.
Yeah, so we need to now take control of that.
That's
It's
right.
all checks and balance, you know?
That's right.
You open business, you know, but checks and balance. And we need to put our own people to work.
That's
We don't
right.
need to depend on China and all those places to manufacture.
Yeah.
Look at the Caribbean as a manufacturing place. Because all the people in the Caribbean grew up sewing.
Look.
They all have sewing machines.
You know my father's Trinity.
You want to see that?
My father's
I
Trinity.
know, so you know,
But guess
tell
what?
that.
When you go into the Caribbean, no worries. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
We're like this. Let's go.
I know, yeah.
Hey, we're good, man.
But
Everything
money
good,
talk.
man. We're gonna get Yeah, but now you gotta pay more money for the same production. That's the problem with the Caribbean. It's
But we
slow.
have to change that though. We have to work hard.
You go to those other countries?
Right. Yeah,
I
they
know.
work.
I'm telling you, go to the other countries, and the motherfuckers is gonna work because they're so happy. But over there, it's such a nice, relaxed, laid back
But people want to work
environment.
now though. Yeah, they want to work.
See, because it's business, right? That's
Yeah.
business. That's the reason
Yeah.
they're not there.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I know. I'm Caribbean, you make me feel so bad, but I'm glad you treat it too.
Yeah.
So you understand. Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, it's a
It's a
different way.
reason, but it's all good.
Yeah, but we could even do it here. You can have more manufacturing here. The
Yeah.
US need more manufacturing. You could. And
There's
the
a
funny
problem.
thing about
Another
that-
reason
There's
why.
a value.
Lazy Americans.
No.
And it costs too much.
Pay minimum
They
wage.
want that
13
15 an hour.
But you know that the good thing is about it, it's a valuable thing now to say your garment was made in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, made in the US. So
I believe
the
that.
foreigners, yeah.
didn't know that.
The Chinese and everyone want to buy stuff made in the US. They don't want
Yes.
to buy anything say made in China.
China. No, they want it here.
They want it here.
Quality,
So
better quality.
well, better quality, and they feel like they have the authentic style.
Right.
Because remember, who pushed style?
We.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think the other boroughs might, you know.
Oh, really? Think about it. No, I think about fashion.
Why not Harlem? Harlem don't push
Yeah.
style. See, if you ask me, I'm a New Yorker.
Manhattan.
So if you ask me the style, if
Because
someone
money
says
is
style,
thinking
I'm gonna
about-
always go to Harlem.
Yeah.
Harlem is
that's
cool, but
a
no,
fact.
Brooklyn has
Harlem's the
that.
flashy style guys.
Yeah,
Brooklyn was a little
yeah, edgy,
dirty.
shady. But
Brooklyn was a little grimy.
Rick, so tell us about Brooklyn Fashion Week. Like, how did you start that and come about that?
I started that 13 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Because I thought,
Get into it.
yeah,
Not
I thought, you know, it's not new at all. I thought Brooklyn needed something like this because we already had Manhattan, New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
So what did Brooklyn have? Brooklyn had a lot of emerging designers who were very creative, living in Williamsburg, Bushwick. So I figured we needed our own fashion week. So
Yeah.
here it goes. And I started it as a non-profit because I really wanted to help the young kids in the high school and the colleges.
And
So-
are you
That's
taking
important.
like all new designers in for this? Or-
Yeah, it's always emerging designers who are not very much known, but they do it very well, and
Yeah.
give them an opportunity.
That's
yeah.
great. So how could someone, if they want to get their clothes into you, how could they do it?
They can just go on our website or our Instagram. It's all fashionweekbrooklyn.com, Fashion Week Brooklyn on Instagram. We have,
Okay.
Where are you located in Brooklyn? I mean, where
Our
exactly?
office
He has a
is-
whole
Yeah.
bunch of different
the
places.
office is in Williamsburg.
Okay.
But when we do Fashion Week Brooklyn, it's around Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Oh,
the whole
okay.
Yeah,
Got
she
you.
has a
Several
little schedule.
I got the
Yeah.
whole, you got 7 days.
Different
Location.
location, different location, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
That's
Starting
amazing.
from this Sunday, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Where can the people go, like on the internet, to see all the locations and everything?
Yeah, if they go on the website, fashionweekbrooklyn.com, they can go on the schedules page and they tell you everything there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What kind of designers do you like look for each year? Is it, do you not care, or do you have
Yeah.
like a specific like vision and drive for like Brooklyn Fashion Week or Fashion Week Brooklyn?
Thank you for
Yeah,
saying
yeah. I had to fix myself. I had to pack myself here.
That's the
Yeah, and you look
bold
like a
thing.
model too. We could capture
Oh
you on the
yeah, I'm
runway.
ready to model for you. Let's do it.
found a model at the station.
Do
Yeah.
it.
We love it. The spot.
El Punto, you already know.
The spot. Yeah.
We had
You want your mic back, bro? You want your mic back, bro?
Do you know
Yeah, you want your mic back.
at the finale of this Brooklyn Fashion, we're gonna have one of our members who probably gonna be performing in Gracie
Yes.
stage.
Okay, we'll have one of our artists performing at the end of the show.
Yeah.
After the
Yo
end.
hablo
Adventures
español.
music.
The closing night,
No sé
April
fue lo
14th.
que dijo el tipo este.
That's so funny.
April 14th, closing night. We could have your artists there.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Adventures Music. There
Yes.
we go. We're with you.
Fashion and music. Hand in hand.
Yes.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right.
But where can it, like, give your social media or where
Fashion
people
Week
can find
Brooklyn.
you.
You can find us on Fashion Week Brooklyn. It's all Fashion Week Brooklyn.
Okay.
Social media and on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your social security number. Yeah, on your driver's license.
No, but we want to thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yes, good. Thank you,
Rick
guys.
Davy.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Live for
The
ya.
spot, El
Fashion
Punto.
Week Brooklyn.
Thank you.
We're gonna take a break, right? We're gonna take a little
Yeah, we're
break.
gonna go back to some nip.
Some nips. And we got another guest coming on the show.
Punto The Spot, powered by Adventures.